This is Henry Tenby AI. I've been self-employed with my own online businesses since 1999, and I've been on YouTube for the past 20 years. On this channel, we're going to explore together what AI can do in the real world. I'm now at the stage where I'm ready to do my interview with my agents that I have installed on my Mac Mini. As I've already explained in my earlier videos, I have both a Hermes and an OpenClaw agent set up on my Mac Mini, and I want them both to know as much about me and my businesses and my goals as possible so that they can help me grow as much as possible in terms of my revenues, of course. So this is being recorded so I can share this video, not only with you, so you guys have an idea of what to share with your agents when you get to the interview stage, but also so my agents can watch this video if they have that capability, or they can review the transcript from this video so that they can use it as a very comprehensive start to the interview process. So here we go. Again, my name is Henry Tenby. This is Henry Tenby AI, and I've been self-employed since 1999. I'm 61, soon turning 62 years old. I'll start with my education. I have an undergraduate bachelor's degree in business administration with a specialty in aviation management from the University of North Dakota. Was at UND between 1983 and 1987, and then I did an MBA with a minor in accounting at the University of California, Irvine. I'm very passionate about aviation and airlines. I worked in the airline business between 1990 and 1999. My specialty was aircraft leasing and aircraft finance and fleet planning. I was very interested in aviation finance in terms of leveraged equipment leases pertaining to commercial airliners, negotiating aircraft leases, and my passion for airline history translates into that particular space. When I worked in the airline industry, I also worked for an airline and was responsible for their annual budgets, and I was also responsible for aircraft fleet planning as well as aircraft leasing. I left the airline industry in mid-1999, and I have been self-employed ever since. I launched well, I should tell you, I'm an aviation photographer. You can see from my book titles in the background. I'm one of the guys who was taking Kodachrome slides back in the day. I traveled the world taking color slides of aircraft, military and airliners. And in 1999, I launched the world's first auction website for color aircraft slides. And that website is my most successful business. It is called airlineslides.com. And it is a very, I would say, large database auction website where aviation slide collectors from all around the world list their aircraft slides for sale. Now, this business is my main business. It keeps me extremely busy. And I'm essentially a one-man operation. Just to get into the nitty-gritty, there are a couple hundred people still on planet Earth that still collect aircraft slides, but this is a very, very, very niche business. I will share my income statement with my agent. There's nothing secret here. Basically, this business generates between $25,000 and $30,000 a year in net income. Now, I work very long hours, and this business takes a lot of my time because a lot of people that have slide collections, they will send me their slides, and I have people that work for me that scan the slides and list them to the website. But I have to go through on each and every single slide. I've got to write down the aircraft type, where it's location, the date, registration. It's extremely labor intensive for me. It's just unbelievable, actually. So the amount of hours that I have to put into the Airline Slides website is very, very significant. And quite frankly, it's not sustainable. The income, you know, $30,000, $35,000 a year, it's okay. But really, you know, I'm early 60s. And I do have an MBA with a minor in accounting and finance, and I think I'm way under what I need to be earning at this stage in my life. I need help. I need a team, And my business, my online auction business, has never been able to really give me the financial ability to hire huge amounts of people to grow the business. And quite frankly, because it is so niche, I'm not sure if it's possibly as big as it possibly can be. The airline slides business has been my bread and butter. And in 2015, I launched an online streaming service for aviation videos called Jetflix TV. And that's also been a business that I've been very passionate about. I've been filming aircraft. I got my first video camera in the late 80s. So I've been filming videos, doing trip reports decades before YouTube, almost 2 decades before YouTube became a thing. And I traveled the world filming my aviation travels and produced aviation DVDs. And then, as I say, as the aviation DVD business faded away about 10 years ago, I transitioned all of my content onto my Jetflix TV streaming service. Now, that also has been a very difficult and time-consuming business for me. In a nutshell, it brings me about $6,000 a year. So what's that, $400 to $500 a month, something like that. I'll upload the income statement. There's about, on average, 100 people that are paid subscribers, roughly $500 to $600 a month in income. And that business, again, I've just not had the success that I'd like to have had with that business. I need help. I do need help, but because it is such a niche, I've never been able to really grow it beyond what it is. I do use my YouTube channel to try to bring business and traffic over from YouTube over to the Jetflix TV platform, but that's largely been, I'd call it, to be honest, not very successful. Although I have been on YouTube for 20 years, and I do have over 20,000 members on my Jetflix channel on YouTube, it just does not translate into a whole heck of a lot of money. I'm going to upload and share my YouTube stats with my agent. As you can see, the YouTube channel, I think, brings me on average a couple $100 a month. So it's not a hugely financial success, I would say. So again, I can use lots of help here. There's only so many hours in the day. Adding video content takes hours and hours and hours to produce the previews, put the teaser clips on YouTube, put the main content onto my Jetflix platform, create the thumbnails, create the banner ads, do teasers for Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. It's just, I really need an army of people to help me with this, and I've never had that army to help me. So I'm really curious to see if AI is going to help me really turbocharge my video business. Does it have that? Does it have that room for growth? Am I in a niche that really can't support more growth because of the various dynamics in the aviation video marketplace? Maybe. I don't know. We're going to find out, and I'm hoping AI can help me with that. Other passions of mine, book writing. As you can see, these are some of my book titles. The Air Travel Time Machine. I also did a history on Air Canada as well. So that is my passion, writing these books, and I use my YouTube channel and my social media to help sell my books. But the books are not hugely they're not huge revenue sources for me. They're very costly to publish, $20,000 per title, and it usually takes me a year or so to sell them. So it's something I do because I really enjoy doing it. In terms of other ideas that I've had over the decades, I'd like to share some of them with you. In the past, I launched an online payment system called CashSender, 2007 to 2010 era, and that was a low-cost online payment system. I was wanting to offer lower fees than that were available on PayPal, and I also had a Bitcoin on that platform as well, so people could pay online using basically their CashSender Bitcoin wallet and do Bitcoin financed payments. So I just did not have the ability to grow that business beyond I mean, it launched, it was operational, it was a registered Canadian financial services business, and it was a fully functioning platform, but I just didn't have the financial means to establish a momentum for that business. So I did shut it down. Other businesses that I've launched would include early 2000s. I launched Shipping Auction as a platform for shipping companies to sell unsold container space on cargo ships. So the idea was you'd list your containers, where they were going, and then people could bid on that space if they needed to move shipments. And the shipping companies would not have container space go empty. That was that business concept. And again, we're talking in the early 2000s. I didn't have the ability to grow. I just didn't have the ability to have the reach to make that a success as hard as I tried. Then I evolved the Shipping Auction into a ShippingFinder business where the general public could basically post their shipping requests, and then shipping companies and freight forwarders would then provide quotations. The platform physically worked, but I just didn't have the ability to get it out into the world to get traction on it. And to this very day, I still own the shippingfinder.com domain name, and maybe AI can help me really finally grow that business, as I do have some really good ideas for the 2020s on how that can apply to help people. And but I definitely will need AI to help me grow that business. But that's just one of my ideas. I have many other business ideas. As I've already explained, my primary business, airlineslides.com, is an online auction. So my main expertise over the last 27 years has been running an online auction website. I believe I personally could run eBay better than the non-auction people that run eBay. There's so much wrong with eBay. I think there's tons of opportunities for people like myself to develop, with the help of AI, solutions that can better meet the needs of certain niches than what eBay's doing. So that's a whole area that I'd like to explore with the help of AI and my AI agent. In the early 2000s, and I developed a website called VehicleAd.com, where people like you and me could list our vehicles in a database, and advertisers could then place advertisements on people's vehicles in the forms of wraps and partial wraps. And I thought it was a good idea because people that own vehicles could earn extra money, and companies that wanted to deploy out-of-home advertising would be able to do it. But again, I could not make it work. I tried my best, but it was just not a business that I did not have the reach to make that business work. I had the Peer Renters app. So that was a fully functioning service, a platform where people could rent out various things to people in the neighborhood. So if you needed a Mixmaster or let's say a metal detector or something specific like a microphone, and you didn't own one, you could rent one from somebody in your neighborhood. That would have been maybe about 10 years ago that I had that platform. Same thing, it physically worked. I developed the platform, the database, it worked perfectly, but I wasn't able to establish any form of critical mass with peer renters. That basically covers what I've done over the last 27 years. I'm very interested in growing my existing businesses if I can. Can these businesses be expanded? I have other businesses that I'm very knowledgeable in that are related to my businesses within my aviation hobby, within the online auction space. But also I have other non-related ideas as well. So hopefully AI can help me determine the best way forward to maximize my revenue. 2 businesses that I operate right now keep me extremely busy to the point where I really, I'm 61 years old, turning 62. I'm not the kind of person that will just at age 65 kick up my feet and go sit on a couch. As long as I'm walking the planet, I'm going to be working, but I'd like to work less. I'd like to work smarter. I'd like to have my businesses working for me so I'm not a slave to my businesses. And I'd like to be able to increase my income. The 2 businesses generate, say, $30,000 to $40,000 a year. And for somebody in my place where I'm at, early 60s, with my education and my knowledge, I really need to up that income. I believe I have the ability to do that, but I need help with it. And that's where AI, I hope, can help me. So that is a summary of me, my background, my interests. I have a personal website, henrytenby.com, where my agent can have a look, but it will see a lot of what I've already explained in this video is reflected there as well. So this gives you a good idea as to how I've presented myself to my agent for my interview. And I hope it will give you a good idea how to present yourself and your businesses and your goals and aspirations and your background so that your agent can learn all about you as well. So I hope you found this informative and helpful. If you did, would really look forward to seeing your comments. Please do leave a comment because I hope this is helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not yet a subscriber, please do subscribe to my channel. Thanks again. I'll see you on the next video. I forgot to mention, I'm also a very passionate collector of vintage watches. So I have a channel on YouTube called Watch Fan Henry. And I've been trying to grow that to see if that could somehow monetize and perhaps bring a nice income supplement. But I'm uploading the YouTube stats on that as well. And as you can see, it's been a challenge to get any form of a major financial benefit from it. I think it's tracking at, I don't know, maybe $50, $100 a month, not even. So it's small potatoes, but I didn't want to leave it out of our information mix for the information video. So there you go.